Hello friends. Welcome to Anime Zone Sensei. In this video I will show you top 10 best fantasy anime of 2022. So if you want to know about the best fantasy anime, then you're in a right place. So let's start the video. Number 10. Princess Connect. Dive Season 2. In the continent of Astria, a man falls from the sky, possessing no memories other than his name, Yuki. An elf named Kokoro finds him, introducing herself as his guide in the world they are about to traverse. With Kokoro's guidance, Yuki is able to learn how this world works, from battling monsters to handling currency. To earn money for their journey, Yuki and Kokoro decide to go to a nearby guild association to accept a simple quest. In their expedition, they meet Pecorine, a somewhat gluttonous but charming girl skilled in battle. The next day, they also meet Carol, a cat girl specializing in magic. After some time, a bond of friendship and camaraderie forms between them, and the four decide to create a guild of their own. As they continue their adventures, they explore the world, meet new people, and will perhaps uncover the mysteries behind Yuki's missing memories. Number 9. The Demon Girl Next Door Season 2. After a strange dream of a mysterious ancestor, high school student Yuko Yoshida wakes to see that she has grown demonic horns and a tail. Dazed and confused, her mother reveals to her a dark family secret. Her family is descended from a dark clan that was banished to live powerless and destitute by their mortal enemies, the magical girls of the Light Clan. The only way to lift their ancestry's curse is for Yuko to find a magical girl, murder her, and splatter her blood all over her ancestor's demon god statue. Fortunately for Shadow Mistress Yuko, a magical girl saves her from being run over by an oncoming truck. Unfortunately, Momo Chiyoda happens to be Yuko's classmate at Sakuragaoka High and is much stronger than her in both strength and endurance. Taking pity on her wimpy assailant, the magical girl agrees to train Yuko and help her unlock her dormant powers. Now, Yuko must rise up and defeat her generous frenemy to save her family from the terrible grip of poverty. Number 8. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. Japanese hospitality. As Kobayashi sets off for another day at work, she opens her apartment door only to be met by an unusually frightening sight, the head of a dragon, staring at her from across the balcony. The dragon immediately transforms into a cute, busty, and energetic young girl dressed in a maid outfit, introducing herself as Toru. It turns out that the stoic programmer had come across the dragon the previous night on a drunken excursion to the mountains. And since the mythical beast had nowhere else to go, she had offered the creature a place to stay in her home. Thus, Toru had arrived to cash in on the offer, ready to repay her savior's kindness by working as her personal maidservant. Though deeply regretful of her words and hesitant to follow through on her promise, a mix of guilt and Toru's incredible dragon abilities convinces Kobayashi to take the girl in. Number 7. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, Neue. These, Collision, the 150-year-long stalemate between the two interstellar superpowers, the Galactic Empire and the Free Planets Alliance, comes to an end when a new generation of leaders arises, the idealistic military genius Reinhard von Lohengrin, and the FPA's reserved historian, Yang Wenli. While Reinhard climbs the ranks of the Empire with the aid of his childhood friend, Siegfried Curtius, he must fight not only the war, but also the remnants of the crumbling Golden Baum dynasty in order to free his sister from the Kaiser and unify humanity under one genuine ruler. Meanwhile, on the other side of the galaxy, Yang, a strong supporter of democratic ideals, has to stand firm in his beliefs, despite the struggles of the FPA, and show his pupil, Julian Mintz, that autocracy is not the solution. As ideologies clash amidst the war's many casualties, the two strategic masterminds must ask themselves what the real reason behind their battle is. Number 6. Ascendance of a Bookworm Season 3. When Maid learns that the Holy Church is in need of mana for their relics, she sees it as her chance to be cured of her life-threatening mana disorder. After seeing their bountiful library, she throws herself headfirst into the church's grasp and begs to join their order. In exchange for her service and her unusually bountiful supply of mana, Mine is given the blue robes of a noble-born apprentice priestess, despite being a commoner. To Mine, all this talk of mana and nobility is trivial, as she now has access to an unlimited supply of books. As Mine transitions into the next phase of her life in this new world, she soon learns that achieving her dream has come at a heavy cost. Noble society is severe, unforgiving, and fueled by politics and neglect. She must now deal with the class conflict between the noble-born blue robes and the common-born gray robes, the high priest's attempts to oust her, and constant behavioral issues from her new retainers. With the help of her family, friends, and the enigmatic head priest whose loyalties and motives remain unknown, Mine seeks to overcome these obstacles and continue on the path to becoming her ideal self, the ultimate librarian. Number 5. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Cour 2, Eris the Goblin Slayer. Despite being bullied, scorned, and oppressed all of his life, a 34-year-old shut-in still found the resolve to attempt something heroic, only for it to end in a tragic accident. But in a twist of fate, he awakens in another world as Rudius Greyrat, starting life again as a baby born to two loving parents. Preserving his memories and knowledge from his previous life, Rudius quickly adapts to his new environment. With the mind of a grown adult, he starts to display magical talent that exceeds all expectations, honing his skill with the help of a mage named Roxy Magurdia. Rudius learns swordplay from his father, Paul, and meets Sylphiette, a girl his age who quickly becomes his closest friend. As Rudius' second chance at life begins, he tries to make the most of his new opportunity while conquering his traumatic past. And perhaps, one day, he may find the one thing he could not find in his old world, love. Number 4. The Case Study of Vanitas Part 2. Vanitas and no archivist head out to the town of Gavaden in search of the Beast, an enormous wolf-like creature that has slaughtered hundreds of people. Suspecting that the Beast is a curse-bearing vampire, Vanitas primarily aims to heal it using the powers of his grimoire. Along the way, the two get separated and suddenly travel back to the past, to the exact moment the Beast is lurking in the woods. After a battle against the gigantic wolf and a vampire hunter, Vanitas decides to team up with Jean in order to find No. Despite being allies, Jean's goal is the opposite of Vanitas, as she was tasked to kill the Beast, suspecting it may be someone she used to know. Meanwhile, a severely wounded No is picked up by the mysterious Chloe Diapkir and her servant. Like No, Chloe is a vampire whose existence was erased from the public's knowledge. She has been a guardian for future generations and once tried to find a way to become human again. While No is grateful to Chloe for her hospitality, little does he know that she might be siding with forces far more dangerous than the Beast itself. Number 3. Maid in Abyss, the golden city of the scorching sun, the Abyss, a gaping chasm stretching down into the depths of the earth, filled with mysterious creatures and relics from a time long past. How did it come to be? What lies at the bottom? Countless brave individuals, known as divers, have sought to solve these mysteries of the abyss, fearlessly descending into its darkest realms. The best and bravest of the divers, the White Whistles, are hailed as legends by those who remain on the surface. Riko, daughter of the missing White Whistle Liza the Annihilator, aspires to become like her mother and explore the furthest reaches of the abyss. However, just a novice Red Whistle herself, she is only permitted to roam its most upper layer. Even so, Riko has a chance encounter with a mysterious robot with the appearance of an ordinary young boy. She comes to name him Reg, and he has no recollection of the events preceding his discovery. Certain that the technology to create Reg must come from deep within the abyss. The two decide to venture forth into the chasm to recover his memories and see the bottom of the great pit with their own eyes. However, they know not of the harsh reality that is the true existence of the abyss. Number 2. Overlord Season 4, Irantal, the capital city of the newly established Sorcerer Kingdom, suffers from a dire shortage of goods. Once a prosperous city known for its trade, it now faces a crisis due to its caution, or even fear, of its king, Ain Zulgaun. To make amends, Ains sends Albedo to the city as a diplomatic envoy. Meanwhile, the cardinals of the slain theocracy discuss how to retaliate against Ains after his attack crippled the Riestai's kingdom's army, plotting for the Baharuth Empire to take over the Sorcerer Kingdom. However, when Emperor Jerkniv Rune Farlord El Nix arranges a meeting with the theocracy's messengers at a coliseum, he is confronted by none other than Ains himself. With their secret gathering now out in the open, the Emperor and his guests learn that Ains has challenged the Warrior King, the Empire's greatest fighter, to a duel. With Ains' motivations beyond his comprehension, Jerkniv can do nothing but watch as humanity's future changes before his very eyes. Number 1. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. Turning against his former allies and enemies alike, Eren Yeager sets a disastrous plan in motion. Under the guidance of the Beast Titan, Zeke, Eren takes extreme measures to end the ancient conflict between Marley and Eldia, but his true intentions remain a mystery. Delving deep into his family's past, Eren fights to control his own destiny. Meanwhile, the long-feuding nations of Marley and Eldia utilize both soldiers and titans in a brutal race to eliminate the other. Reiner Braun uses his own powers in a desperate bid to hold off Eren's own militaristic force, and his fellow Eldians, children Falco Grice and Gabby Braun, struggle to survive in the unfolding chaos. Elsewhere, Eren's childhood friends Mikasa Ackerman and Armin Arlert remain imprisoned alongside Eren's former Survey Corps companions, all disturbed by Eren's monstrous transformation. Under the blind belief that Eren still secretly harbors good intentions, Mikasa and the others enter the fray in an attempt to save their friend's very soul.